Tiddalik the Frog. Tiddalik the greedy frog lived in the Riviera in southern New South Wales. Before the Dreamtime there were no mountains, no rivers, no animals, no people, no sun, no rain and no wind, just darkness. Then the magnificent Dreamtime came to be when the rainbow serpent came down from the heavens, manoeuvring himself across the earth. During this time everything was beautiful. Rivers flowed, flowers bloomed, animals appeared, mountains rose, valleys appeared, and trees covered the lands. In the Dreamtime there lived a frog called Tiddalik. He was bigger than the other frogs, bigger than rocks, trees and mountains. One day Tiddalik became grumpy. The earth trembled, rocks fell, and the winds raged. Tiddalik was in a great rage and thirst. One day he went down to the river and drank all the water from the rivers, lakes, streams and waterholes. He was so greedy that he drank all the water. There wasn't a drop left for any of the animals or people. Tiddalik showed no remorse or empathy. All he could do was lie down, close his great yellow eyes and go to sleep. The land began to crack, the rivers turned to dust, trees lost their leaves, flowers did not bloom, animals began to die. There was no sound, no rain, and a horrific drought formed. Wise Old Owl suggested that if Tiddalik was made to laugh, all the water would rush out of his mouth. The animals desperately wanted him to laugh, and they began to argue about who should approach him first. One by one the animals went to Tiddalik, beginning with Kangaroo, who professed he was the bravest. "But I can't jump anymore. All I do is lie in the dust of the dry riverbed. Please give us back our water." Dingo, who professed, "I'm a wild dog who barks and howls, but I can't because I'm so weak. All I do is lie in the dust of the dry riverbed. Please give us back our water." Kookaburra professed, "I'm the bird who laughs in the trees, but I cannot laugh anymore because I'm so weak. I stay perched on a tree with all the dead branches. Please give us back our water." Cockatoo made the loudest noises of all, squawking, "I am the bird with the brilliant white feathers and yellow crest. Please give us back our water." A small little voice said, "I have no idea." All the animals looked around and saw little Bandicoot flapping his ears. Bandicoot said, "If we could make Tiddalik laugh, then the water will flow from his mouth." Bandicoot squeaked, "Maybe we can tickle him." All the animals, weak and struggling, manoeuvred themselves to their feet and attempted to make him laugh. Kookaburra told funny stories. All the animals laughed and laughed. Tiddalik didn't flinch. Kangaroo and Emu jumped up and down. All the animals laughed and laughed. Tiddalik didn't even open an eye. Lizards came down from the trees. He opened his frill, showed his orange-red scales, and all the animals laughed and laughed. Tiddalik didn't even stir. All the animals said, "Come on, Tiddalik, laugh, you big fat squelchy frog. If you saw yourself, you would laugh until you cried." Faces looked doomed. Eel, in a small voice, said, "Let me try and make him laugh," as he slithered up from the dry billabong. Eel, dancing slowly and then faster, wriggled and twisted and turned himself into strange shapes. Jumping onto Tiddalik's stomach, spinning around like a tornado, Tiddalik began to shiver, quiver, giggle and gurgle, which got louder and louder until the earth trembled. Then he began to laugh. All the animals ran for shelter as the water gashed out like a huge waterfall. New life came to earth and the earth became beautiful again. The Aboriginal people of Australia knew that when they see little frogs filling themselves up with water and burying themselves in the ground, there will soon be drought.